Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Page 142.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Do you hear us?
I'm on.
Do you hear me? Yes? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What was that?
You can't hear... Can you hear me on my mic? No?
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to go figure out what's going on.
All right. Excuse me? 142. Okay. While the cantor's doing that, I'll like this.
Did that help? Ooh,
yeah.
Is it too loud now?
Page 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shuvchem l'shalom.
Shuvchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
again. We are in a, I think, sort of odd moment in the year because we've begun a new year and yet we're still not done with the Torah. We have 2 more parshiot left and then we'll get to the beginning again. And I think that probably teaches us something. A lot of times people talk about, one door closing and another door opening. But I don't think it actually works like that. We talk about it like that, but that's not how it really works. They're all opening and closing at the same time. I think that's where we are in this year. The new year opening, the Torah beginning to close. We're neither at the opening, at the beginning, or the end. We're always somewhere in between. Except on Shabbat, I hope. When we get to stop. When we get to stop and just take a breath and not worry about the opening or closings. But just be here. Shalom Aleichem,
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
And so Shabbat Shalom as well to all of you who are streaming with us. Streaming with us from where, we don't know. All over the world, we've heard.
It's nice.
Yeah. Page 648.
In the middle of the page, Shir Chadash.
Shiru Adonai Kol Haaretz, Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash, Shiru Adonai Kol Haaretz, Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru Adonai Kol Haaretz, Shiru song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai, O haaretz. Shiru, shiru l'Adonai, shir chadai. We continue page 138. Page 138, the Chadodi, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. When we reach our ninth and final verse, if you'd please rise to face the entrance to our sanctuary as we welcome the Sabbath bride, but not until the ninth verse.
I can't hear it. I don't know why.
All right, hold on.
It's higher than I thought.
There you go. Page 121, we light our Sabbath lights and invite to our bima Ava Adler.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav tevitzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you, Eva. We continue on page 144, the Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
ויעמד יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשא בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירם בעלמה ואמרו אמן.
Our call to prayer can be found on page 146. Please rise if you're able. Please be seated. We continue on the top of page 149, reading together, Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. And responsibly on the bottom of 151. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol.
All these things your Torah gives to us.
And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives.
What could be a truer token of your abiding love
than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Please rise if you're able.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shem kevod malachuto le'olam va'ed.
Please be seated.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha ve'shinantam levanecha ve'dibartam ve'shivtecha bebeitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'shartam le'ot al yadecha ve'hayu letotafot ben einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lehiot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Page 158.
Ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha neder b'kodesh nora tehiloto sefele nora tehiloto sefele malechut zechar u'banecha bokei hayom lifnei Moshe u'Miriam ze'elianu ve'yamru ze'elianu ve'yameru Adonai Imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai Imloch le'olam va'ed Ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la la ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 V'ne'emar ki fad Adonai et Yaakov yogei lo mi'ad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Page 161.
Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu
So we're trying to do as much Dani Maseng as possible these days, right?
We are. And I think we're succeeding in doing a lot of Dani Maseng's music.
What did we used?
So we had Elohai Nitzor
Yeah.
in High Holy Days and Matovu.
That's it, yes.
We did not do Hashkivenu this year, but we'll probably sing it at least once before, if not a
Okay.
few times before he comes next month.
Okay.
And this.
And-
and Yigdal.
Yes, that's right, the Yigdal. That's a fun one.
That's a fun one. Just
So
wait
is-
till you hear with all the Ladino in it.
So is this one. This Shamru, page 162.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם. בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, לדורותם ברית עולם.
The verses are different, and I forgot that in the moment. But we will make sure before he comes that you know that. Are you kidding? This is lower than we normally sing it. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay.
We can bring it down a little bit more.
We continue on page 164. If you'd like to continue the conversation about the key, you can do that.
At the Oneg.
Yes. Page 164, we will begin the Amidah out loud together through page 170. And then if you'd like, you continue silently through page 180. Again, page 164, and you look at this. You're already rising if you're able. There we go.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevii Geula livnei bneihem, Leman Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Middle of page 180. Seder Kriyat Torah, the service for the reading of Torah, can be found on page 364. We invite to our bima the president of WTBE, Trina Fuller. If you're able, please rise.
Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, udvar Adonai mirushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, le'amo Yisrael, b'kedushato, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlul Adonai iti, Uniromima Shemo yachdav, Lecha Adonai hagedula, v'hagevura, v'hatiferet, v'hanetzach, v'hahod, ki cho b'shamayim u'va'aretz, ki cho b'shamayim u'va'aretz, Lecha Adonai ha'mamlacha, v'yamid na'aseh lechol rosh, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed, al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim, al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
All right, so we are at Ha'azinu,
Oh my gosh, we're already at Ha'azinu.
already there.
Can there be any more Torah portions left except one?
No. Nope.
Phew.
A complicated Torah portion
For sure.
in that, one, that it's almost all poetry, and just the fact of translating biblical poetry is difficult, but then the theology presented in it not so easy either. In terms of the sort of thing that I think that we've heard a lot of in Deuteronomy in particular of you're going to get into the land and things are going to be great for you and you're going to forget all about me and then you're going to get in trouble and don't worry though, I'll take you back. Is the sort of mantra that we hear over and over again. But I think what's really beautiful though about this Torah portion is all of this kind of personification of the land and the heavens and just the natural environment. It feels more like something you'd read in one of the Psalms than what you'd read in the Torah usually, and so that's quite a nice piece of it. And we're reading right from the beginning, correct? Exactly. Great. I'll mention, as I think I do every year when we get to this, that 9/11 happened the same week that we were reading Ha'azinu back in 2001, and it was very sort of eerie because of the way that the poetry is written in the Torah. As you'll see when we lift it, it's two distinct columns of text. So each column, it's a full line, right? So you read it across the entire way, but there are these two pillars in the Torah. So it's sort of
pretty cool.
Well, it's neat to see poetry written in the Torah, and everywhere there is poetry, it's written in a different sort of way. If you think of the Song of the Sea, and there are also columns, and then a center column as well. There's actually one other short little piece of poetry in the Torah, but the Song of the Sea and the Song of Moses are the two major pieces of poetry in Torah. So you'll see that when we lift it, and we'll have Cantor chant again this difficult piece of Torah. We invite to the bima David Barnett.
Ya'amod David Barnett la'aliyah LaTorah.
Is that all you have?
Yep.
Okay.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai havarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Ha'azinu hashamayim v'adabera v'tishma ha'aretz imrei fi yarov kamatar likhi tizal katal imrati kisirim ale deshe v'chirvivim ale esev Ki Shem Adonai Ekra Havu Godel Leloheinu Hatzor Tamim Polo Ki Chod Rachav Mishpat El Emunah Ve'ein Avel Tzadik V'yashar Hu Shichet Lo Banav Mumam Dor ikesh uftaltol, hal Adonai tigmalu zot, im nava velo chacham, halohu avicha kanecha, hu ascha vayechonenecha.
Is that the end? Oh, okay. Whoops. Okay, this is the end. Hu ascha vayechonenecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaye olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Thank you. You wanted to read more, I think.
I did. But for some reason, I felt like I didn't give you that information, so.
Page 371. We are in the midst of, not necessarily rebuilding our list for healing, but starting our list once again. If you would like a name added to our list for healing, if you could give the office a call, that would be great, just so that we make sure that we're not continuing to have people on the list that no longer belong there. I do, of course, though, know some of our members who are in need of healing. In particular, I'm thinking of Steve Gill and Jesse Bernstein. If there are other names to add to our list for healing, Marilyn Jeffs. If there are other names to add to our list for healing, please do so as my eyes meet yours.
Roxanne Calandra, Doris Steinberg, Hillary Van
Page 371. Please rise if you're able.
V'zot Torah asher sa Moshe livnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai
Shalom. Yeah, at least somebody came up to.
There's a sleep at the wheel.
So, thank you for the updates. Was that yesterday, Marty, of the sukkah going up? I think I first got an email. Well, I think I got something from Bill, and then at the end, I got a picture from Marty that the sukkah was up. So it was, from afar, I got word that the sukkah was up. So I thought, one, good timing. It's good timing. And two, since Sukkot is coming up and you've heard me talk too much lately, I thought I'd just tell you a story tonight. The story is about Rabbi Pinchas. Rabbi Pinchas was a much beloved rabbi. All of the people in his community, they just dote on him all the time. They loved him so much. They would bring him 12 kugels to try, and he'd have to taste every single one of them, because how can you refuse, a taste of kugel? And he'd say a blessing over every single one. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. This is the best kugel I've ever had. Every single time he put a piece of kugel in his mouth, you got that blessing from him. They would come to him with all of their joys. His community, they would come to him with all of their sorrows. They would come to him with everything. They loved to be around Rabbi Pinchas because he was just a very, very special rabbi. And they loved him so much, but Rabbi Pinchas, he worried. He worried that he was spending so much time with his community that he knew that the great rabbis, all of them had books, that he had to write a book if he really wanted to be a great rabbi, right? If you're going to be somebody great in the world, Rabbi Pinchas knew you gotta write a book. And so he would say to himself, how am I ever going to write a book with all of these people? I like them, but how am I going to ever write a book with all these people coming to me all of the time? And it was Yom Kippur. It was Yom Kippur. And he was sitting in Yom Kippur services, and he came up with his own prayer, and he said, Dear God, please, if they could just all leave me alone. I want to just write a book. And God said, are you sure about that? That's really the prayer that you want to offer? You want everybody to leave you alone, and that way you can write your book? And Rabbi Pinchas says, yes, that is what I want. If they could all just leave me alone. And so he went through the entire day of Yom Kippur, and as the day ended and Ne'ilah came, they blew the shofar, and everybody left. Nobody invited him over for breakfast. And so Rabbi Pinchas went home, and he had a dry, stale piece of bread and some water for his breakfast, and he went to bed, and the next morning he woke up to build his sukkah, and usually his entire community would come over to help build his sukkah, but nobody showed up, and so he started building it himself, and he put up one wall, and it was sort of crooked, and he put up the other wall, and it was crooked the other way, and he had to get the schach, the roof on all by himself. He wasn't a young man, and it was not very easy for him to do it by himself, but he managed to do it, and his crooked was all tipped over like that the entire day. But thankfully, he still had time, so he sat down and he started writing his first page of his book, and he starts writing and writing and writing, and he tears out the page. He starts over again, writing and writing and writing. He doesn't like that, tears out the page. 3 different times he goes through. He finally gets through with his first page of his first book. And then the day's over, and he goes to bed, and the next day is Sukkot, and he wakes up expecting that everybody will be coming over from his community to celebrate Sukkot with him. Usually, it's Zman Simchatenu, it's the time of joyful celebration, a time of our joy. Usually, his entire community comes over. There are children running everywhere. Everybody's brought a bunch of kugel for him, and they're all having a big Sukkot party in his sukkah, and nobody arrives. Nobody arrives. And so he falls down on his knees in his sukkah and he says, okay, I know what I can do. I can pray. I can pray the great prayer for the Ushpazin. I can pray the prayer to invite all of our ancestors into the sukkah. And so he prays and he calls upon Avraham Avinu and Sarah Imanu, Abraham our father, and Sarah our mother. And they appear just outside of his sukkah, but they don't come into his sukkah. And so he calls again, and he calls upon Isaac, and he calls upon Rebekah, and they appear, but they don't come into his sukkah. And it continues with Jacob and Rachel and Leah. They all appear. They're all standing outside his sukkah, unwilling to come in. He calls on David, and he calls on King Solomon. They're all standing arrayed outside of his sukkah. And finally he says, God, come down and come into my sukkah with me. And God says, I cannot go where my people are not invited. Rabbi Pinchas falls again to his knees and he says, please, if the people could come back. And God says, are you sure that's what you really want? They're going to be bothering you. They're going to bring their stuff over to you. But their good stuff, their bad stuff, they're not going to stop. Are you sure that's what you want? Rabbi Pinchas says, yes, that's what I want. And even before he's able to get up from where he's laying on the ground, he hears a knock on the door. And his entire community has arrived to celebrate Sukkot with him, bringing, of course, multiple kugels. And the children are there to play and sing, and the people are there to celebrate. We, I think, are really lucky. Really lucky. Here we are after the holy days. So many of us gathered together for Shabbat, but to have seen this room filled for some of our services to capacity, really, Kol Nidre, and to see this room filled over and over again, to see the community that we have at Temple Beth Emeth, we are lucky. And even though sometimes, of course, those of us that know each other well, we probably get on each other's nerves every once in a while. It happens. We're human beings. That's the way it is. Let us be thankful for each other and for the community that we have and the support that we have and the way that we can celebrate together. And in just a few days, not only in our sukkah here, but I hope you'll join me and my children and my wife as well. On Monday night at our sukkah. There's a lot of different things going on over Sukkot. That's just one of them. I hope Monday night 4 to 7 you'll join us. This wasn't supposed to be an advertisement, but I figured I'd throw it in there. 4 to 7, I know, right? Yeah. No, but Sarah wanted me to make sure no dinner, just appetizers and desserts. Yeah.
That's kind of dinner.
Shabbat Shalom. We continue on page 586. With Aleinu, please rise if you're able.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atei gdula liyotzeh b'reshit, shelo asanu k'grei ha'arotzot, v'lo samanu k'nishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. Why should I wish to see God better than this day? I see something of God in each hour of the 24, and in each moment then. In the faces of men and women I see God, and in my own face in the glass. I find letters from God dropped in the street, and every one is signed by God's name, and I leave them where they are, for I know that whereso I go, others will punctually come forever and ever. We are in the first 30 days of mourning, the period of Shloshim, for Patricia Dempsey, Gil Small, Harvey Blumberg, Nan Gills, Sheldon Birchman, Jerry Schwersky, Harriet Usum, Don Blumenthal, and Inga Alexander Rose. Our yard sites this week are for Meir Adler, Avram Adler, Chava Adler, Dvorah Adler, Hirsch Adler, Moshe Adler, David, also from William Barnett, Alma Shervin, Rita Godell, John Grecken, Morris Gutterman, Ruth Hanwerger, Frederick Horowitz, Sandra Karnoff, Edna Katz, Catherine Kazanow, Murray Kirschblatt, David Classic, Beverly Krenitz, Beatrice Lerner, Eugene McDermott, Sidney Mellett, Sophia Mellett, Sophie Rubin, Sylvia Schild, Abraham Shulevitz, Eric Ullman, Ruben Wax, Mark Sweinberg, Marcia Young, Hans Zucker, Hilda Ziebelman, Bert Ziebelman, Jack Bach, and Gertrude Metzger. If there are other names to add to our list for mourning, please do so as my eyes meet yours. For all those mentioned, for all those who unmentioned, and for all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, we rise, page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei techol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitba'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yit'halal, shemei l'kudashah b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalom araba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom miromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru, amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael,
May their memories be forever a blessing.
Amen.
Please be seated. It's my honor to invite back to our Bima Trina Fuller, President of WTBE.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Well, let's thank our ushers today, Harriet and Gary Charson, and Ava Adler for lighting the candles, David Barnett for the Aliyah. Our ONEG tonight is sponsored by the ONEG Fund, and we invite you to join us there. And we are looking for some sponsors for our ONEG for the next, no, we're not? Oh, November? So these dates are wrong? All of November? We are looking for sponsors for our ONEG for all of November. So find a friend, write a check, bake something, and see Bobby if you want to do that. Women of TBE are going out to lunch October 23rd to Maze in Ypsilanti. It's a really great restaurant. So you can go too, I think. It's really tasty. So Eva, yeah, for lunch. 12:30 on the 23rd. You're welcome to come. Can he come? He can come? See Eva Taylor for your reservation. Tomorrow, WTBE has their community wellness program focusing on suicide awareness prevention. We invite you all to come and join us for this important program, important conversation. That's at 3 o'clock tomorrow, 3 to 5 in the sanctuary. We have a Yisker service and luncheon on Monday the 21st. Make a reservation for that if you want to go. And all sorts of Sukkot things. We can just go ahead and look in the brochure to enjoy and spend some time outside with your family. So have a nice Shabbat. Enjoy. Shabbat Shalom. Oh, thanks to Molly and Eva for filling in for me while I was daydreaming.
Oh yeah, I'm just getting ready for the closing song. I remember.
Oh, okay. I had a feeling you were just preparing.
If anybody think after this many years, I remember. It's going to be a good 10 years before I'm like. If, as I like to say, if you think of yourself as a young person and would like to join us up here. No, that's it. Let's see. There we go. All right. See, I like this. It's expansiveness of thinking of oneself as a young person. I think of that. This is why I stay up here. Can you? There you go. Yeah, right?
Come on up,
there we
Ethan.
go. All right. At the very beginning of everything, when God created the heaven and the earth, God made a separation between the sea above and the sea below, and God planted plants on the earth and put the sun and the moon and the stars in the sea above, and then created the fish and the sea monsters and put them in the sea below and the flying creatures in the sea above, and then created the creepy crawly things that crawl all over the earth, and then finally created us human beings and said to us, now it's time to rest.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron le'maaseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim ki banu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava uvratzon inchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat lechaim.
You don't like grape juice?
I think there's some stuff floating in there.
Oh. Not that grape juice. But this will be delicious. We have the challah. Everyone want to hold it together?
There's juice and wine in the social hall.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, b'tei avon. Grab a piece, everyone.
How about a different Oseh Shalom than we originally said?
I know exactly which one you're talking about. It sounds perfect to me.
Oseh Shalom b'ramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who makes peace in the heavens above make peace for all of us, for all of Israel, and let us say amen.
Oseh Shalom b'ramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu.
Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'imeru amen. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.